morning everyone, it's Yvonne here to do the readings for the water signs, and this will be for the lovely sign of Cancer. Cancer, firstly, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love to have you on board. Please, when you're pressing the subscription button, make sure you press the bell, and that will let you know when I'm posting new content or when I'm going live. I do post daily for the signs, and I also post daily readings for the collective. And on Wednesdays, Australian Eastern Daylight Time, I do go live on YouTube, and I do readings for a small donation. So if you're interested in joining me, it's 12 o'clock Australian Eastern Daylight Time. If the reading doesn't resonate with you, that means it's not your story today, or I don't have your story today. Then you are able to go and check out other readers on YouTube, and there's some fabulous readers on here. Or alternatively, go and check out your natal chart. What does that mean for you? It means that you are not just your sun sign. You are also a moon, a rising, a Venus, and many other aspects of yourself. So if you Google natal chart and put your date of birth in, the system will give you a site like Cafe Astrology, where you can have a look and see what other aspects of your natal chart are there for you. It's really good to do that anyway. It's so thrilling to read the reports and really understand who you are, but it's also good to have other aspects of yourself that you can check. So, you know, your Venus might be in Aquarius, which means that you can check out Aquarius readings the same way as you check out your sun sign. If the reading does resonate with you, I do ask that you give it a thumbs up. It helps me to grow the channel, to be noticed, and I will say thank you in advance for doing that. So reciprocal energy, thank you. All right, we're going to use the Connolly Tarot for your reading. The Connolly Tarot still remains one of my most favorite tarots. So let's have a look and see what's going on for you, Cancer. Okay, so we have the Seven of Wands coming straight through. And the Seven of Wands is a beautiful card. It talks about standing fast, holding your ground, being stubborn, but really standing up for what you believe is right. It can be a bit of obstinacy, or a little bit of sometimes being too defensive or too resistant, especially in the reverse. But in this particular card, I'm feeling like here you're standing up for something that you truly believe in. All right, so we have the Death card, the Death card coming through. That's interesting energy here with the Two of Cups. There is something here that it's like you've sort of not let go of something, all right? So it feels to me like something has changed you at a very deep level. It's like you've started to understand something very deep about yourself, something that perhaps it may be your own value. It may be that you've had a situation here with somebody, because we do have the Two of Cups. So I feel like somehow through a connection here, you've made changes to yourself, or it's made changes to you at a much deeper level. There is something here that you've not been able to let go of, that you're holding fast to, because somehow or another it's shown you something about yourself that you never saw before. And it's got something to do with romantic love or love of someone. But it's created some sort of change within you that you didn't know that you had or that existed. So maybe, for example, you've met someone that you've got a very strong connection with, and there's a really strong feeling of connection here, but it's really helping you to understand your own value here, because it's like you're holding fast to something, but I don't feel it's fast to the person or the relationship. It's like you are allowing yourself to change. Maybe you're feeling that you can open to this person, or you can reciprocate something with this person. Maybe it's been a long time since you felt love for someone. But it's really beautiful energy. Let's just have a look a little deeper. Queen of Wands, yeah, it's making you feel, look at this, Two of Wands and then the Ten of Wands. Okay, so what it feels to me is whatever this person is offering you is something either you've never been offered before, or it's opening you up to something you have not been able to access within yourself before, because you're coming up with this beautiful Queen of Wands energy. Now you could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but I feel like this is like your energy here. It's like you're almost seeing yourself for the first time. This feeling makes you feel so good though, you don't want to let go of it. And I feel like somehow or another it's taking you in this brand new direction, because you're completing a cycle now and moving forward with this Knight of Swords. Okay, all right, we have the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so what I'm feeling here is you've either just recently come into union with somebody, or you've come into a relationship with somebody, and this person has shown you a part of yourself you've never seen before. And it feels like it may be the first time for you of having true reciprocal love. I feel like this person is putting back into you what you've been putting in over a period of time and have not been receiving back. So it's very much this energy of really feeling somebody love you back. And I feel like that's making a whole difference to you here. You don't want to let it go. All right, so we have the Temperance card coming through, and I'm feeling like here, this sort of explains the energy that I'm getting through. And this is beautiful. This is that sort of divine energy here of meeting someone who's showing you your own value, or reflecting back to you a value that you've not known before. You're feeling very, it's almost like you don't want to give up on something, because it's really showing you how to be comfortable with who you are. It's encouraging you to change, but I feel like this change is about letting your barriers down. And I still feel that you're probably asserting quite strong boundaries here. You may be requiring certain things of this other person that they're now reciprocating for you. And maybe that's been different, because now you have a beautiful balance within this situation. I'm feeling like perhaps you haven't had this before, never known this before. But there's definitely a feeling with the Temperance card that there's, oh wow, okay. I love it when I get the Ace of Swords in a reading. I feel like here there is a truth of your understanding perhaps what has not happened now in the past. Perhaps you're starting to understand reciprocity or balance in a relationship here. It's really interesting because we have the Eight of Wands here, which says to me that I really feel like the arrows of love going backwards and forwards here. And I feel like it's almost like you're moving towards this situation with a new truth, with a new understanding, with a new realization here that you don't want to give up on something, or it feels so good for you, you don't want to let it go. Because it feels right. But it feels different to what you've experienced before, because you're starting to understand, oh wow, all right. So some of you may be dealing with a divine masculine here. Let me just grab a couple more cards. The Hierophant and the Empress. Oh wow. Okay. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so I feel like here there's like, and I know the Hierophant talks about traditional marriages, but I feel like here that you are being brought into union with someone here who is your match or was meant to be with you. There's almost this energy of perhaps being joined to this person in a past situation, but somehow or another you're being brought into a situation here, and the two of you have this beautiful energy that's equal, that's bringing a stability you've never known before. I think that's just beautiful, those three cards. It's like you've met someone who's matching your energy, and maybe you haven't had that before. I don't feel that there's any fear here. I feel that you are ready to like embrace the truth of this, but I do feel this energy of not wanting to give up or being able to give up on those things that you thought were right before, because now you are being shown with the Temperance card a different way of doing something, which is allowing you to move away from an old place in the past. All right, so we have the King of Pentacles coming through. So you may be dealing with a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. We have the Four of Swords coming through here with the Tower, and we'll clarify the Tower. But for me, the Tower is showing me here exactly what we saw in the mini story. It's like you're rebuilding a version of yourself. Let's go back in. I feel like something is really holding you in place here. It's almost like you are feeling here that you want to hold fast to something because it feels so good here. I feel there's a lot of change coming through, and I feel it's the result of a relationship. For me, you look like you're really standing in your power. This is making you feel really good here, and you're understanding you're being taken in a new direction and releasing something here from the past. I feel that's you holding the sword of truth, and you're understanding this reciprocity of a relationship, or what you deserved. So you may have got into a brand new situation here, or you may have united with somebody here where you have started to understand the truth of love. But I feel like with this Tower, there is an energy here that you are letting go of all the past energies of what you thought love was meant to be. And you're starting to understand how to set good boundaries, how to expect from the other person what you're putting in. So you're sort of starting to see here how to form a healthy bond with someone. I feel like you have, this person is obviously like has some sort of destiny for you here with the divine masculine feminine energy. But there's also this balance of both within you here with the Temperance card. So it's like you both are balancing out those energies. But I feel it's because you've done the work and you're starting to understand, oh, wow. Okay, I just pulled the same 3 cards out again after all that shuffling. And I pulled them out from different parts of the deck, I think. So we have the transition card. So something is changing within you here. The Tower is sort of giving you an opportunity to change something about yourself. So maybe it was the way you saw relationships in the past here. Somebody, some sort of energy of, it may be a twin flame, it may be a soulmate coming through here, but either energy has you understanding how to stand in your power. So maybe you're setting healthy boundaries, maybe you're requesting from this other person the things that you've not done before. And somehow or another, it's bringing you into this beautiful energy of the Queen of Wands. So you're holding fast to who you are in this situation rather than giving in to the other person. This says to me that you have somehow that change within you here. Maybe about you letting go of codependency. Because there's a beautiful equality in this situation. And I feel like somehow this Tower energy is taking everything you learned in the past here back to the ground and helping you to rebuild this person that you were meant to be, but now you're confident in achieving. Somehow or another, I feel like this is the first time you've had something that's reciprocal, but it's because you have learned. So we have the Knight of Pentacles with the Moon card. Whoops, and that wanted to come out too. There we go. The Devil energy with the 5 of Swords. Okay, so maybe this time around you're starting to understand your own codependent nature. Because the Moon card says to me here that something you're doing is very, very different to what you've done in the past. And maybe you're understanding here with this Devil card your own codependent nature. Maybe it's an energy of attachment or rejection that's kept you from this sort of energy in the past. So I'm sort of digging deep here, but maybe your fear of abandonment has made you always overinvest in relationships, or your fear of rejection has made you put more into the relationship so you weren't rejected. But I feel like this time around, this is really reciprocal. And you're understanding that this person loves you unconditionally. So even when you're having a bad day, this person's still going to support you and love you through that. I feel like it's very reciprocal though. All right, let's pull you a oracle card. Oh, that one's come straight out. Staff. Card 51. The staff is the symbol of authority. It holds the power to temper extremes. The staff helps you find the right course of action, the way of the middle, and aids you to maintain your balance after you begin walking in that direction. Moses carried a serpent staff through the desert, and with it he could summon the power of nature or heal to call plagues. The staff reminds you of the impermanence of all things, and that your authority must come from your deep longing to serve. You know how to flow easily between polarities, how to weigh all possibilities and instinctively select the right path. Trust your inner wisdom and take the first step on a journey that your heart has already embarked on. Use the power of the staff to unite what appears to be divided, to find the delicate balance between will and surrender. That's beautiful. So really and truly what this card is saying to you here is you know how to do this the right way rather than taking it to the extreme. And you may have taken things to the extreme before because you couldn't work out how to balance things out. Somehow or another your healing here is telling me you're understanding balance now. How to put in, how to accept back, how to move in the middle and understand the difference between will and surrender. I love it. What a beautiful reading. Thanks, Cancer.